All right, time to play NBA 2K ratings, higher or lower. Franz Wagner, it's probably going to be like an 89, 88, something like that. I'm going to go with Wemby though, 86. It's a little low. Denny Avdia is going to be close to a 90, I would imagine. Probably like an 88, 89. I wouldn't be surprised if it was at 90, but I think it's going to be higher than 86. 82? Is this just not updated at all? Have they not watched this NBA season? 82 for Denny Avdia? That's insane. I shouldn't even have lost there. That's just wrong. Like, that is a L for 2K. What in the world? Steph Curry versus Brandon Miller? I mean, obviously going to be Steph Curry. Brandon Miller, though, is going to be like, if it's updated like it should be, I'd say Brandon Miller should be like low 80s, like 83. But if Denny Avdia was an 82, then Brandon Miller should be like a 79, 78, something like that. Steph is going to be like 93 though, I think. Something like that. 94. 82. Okay, that's not that bad. How is Brandon Miller and Denny Avdia the same 2K rating? Steph Curry versus Yves Missi. I think we already saw Yves Missi in this game. He was, what, a 78 or 79? I think I guessed 79. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And Steph Curry, obviously 94. So he is the higher guy here. Let's see how many we get in a row. Isaiah Jackson versus Yves Missi. I'm going to go Yves Missi, but I think Isaiah Jackson will be like a 76, maybe 73. That's a little bit too low in my opinion. Grady Dick versus Isaiah Jackson. Grady Dick is like a 77 or 78. I think we actually have already seen it. Yeah, that was the first one of this whole game. I think it was a 78. Yeah, which that feels a little bit high in comparison to some of these other guys. Paul Reed is going to be lower than a 78. Probably like a 75, 76 maybe is where I would probably prefer him to be. But if Isaiah Jackson's 73, maybe Paul Reed is also. I don't know. But I need to not click on Paul Reed though. Grady Dick is going to be higher. 72, that's crazy. That's pretty low. Quentin Grimes is going to be higher than Paul Reed. Probably like an 80, 81. Yep, 80. Okay. Jalen Green versus Quentin Grimes. Obviously with injuries and stuff, Jalen Green's a lot lower. Turning injuries off. Jalen Green's got to be at least like an 83, I would think. Yep, 83. There we go. Let's see if we can get to 10 in a row. Obviously, Devin Booker's going to be the higher number here, but in comparison to 83, I'd say Devin Booker's probably like a 91, 92, 91. There we go. Ben Simmons, is he even on 2K26? Is he like a free agent or something? He's got to be like a 75. I don't know. Maybe lower than that, but Devin Booker's obviously higher. 77. That's a little high. Jay Huff versus Ben Simmons. I would say Jay Huff is probably a little bit, he's at least, what happens if they're the same? Do you just get it right regardless if it's a tie? Because I feel like I could definitely see J Huff being a 77. I'm going to go J Huff. 76. That's dumb. That's dumb. Ben Simmons, who's not even on, is he on the game? That's what I lose it on. Whatever. Thanks for watching the video. Appreciate it. Stay happy, stay healthy. I'll talk to you guys next video.